Even was learning the world was even stranger and more threatening than in the stories her mother told her. But she was also learning that she didn't have to face it completely alone. Now, all Even and Dicey had to do was return the eyes to Seymour. With his vision restored, he'd be able to give Dicey his third pip, which would be all they needed to open that infernal, mysterious gate to Three Town. They'd made it. Even and Dicey had survived. And what's more, defeated Royam, the dark side of the mayor. But the journey was far from over. Sorry, I'll be quiet now. Yeah, I just get so carried away sometimes. It's just so exciting being a storyteller, you know? Okay. Now, I'll be quiet.
It is good to be whole once again. Even so, he is still a part of me, just one that had grown beyond control. Furthermore, I think I've learned mediocre poetry. Thank you for your help, Even. You will one day, I think. You've got a good head on your shoulders. He says hello, by the way, Even. He says he hopes to see you again, very soon. He's a part of me, and I can't just throw that away. Even, may I give you some advice? Don't ignore your dark side. It's a part of you that festers if you don't address it. And in the right hands, it can have some productive uses. We move forward as a united city. There's more than one path ahead of us. But the people of this great town have always been good at dealing with multiplicity. I'll represent the people of my town. I'm shutting down the moon building project. It's the least I can do. From there on, we shall see. As time goes forward, we'll all merge back together. We'll still have split personalities, but that's an advantage. Everyone has a better half. Every half can do something the other can't. Every half helps the other half out. It's the two-town way. It's been a very strange time for us here too, even. But in saving us, you become an inextricable part of that. Wherever you go, a small part of Two Town now goes with you. And strange is good. Goodbye, even. You will always have my thanks.
And so, Even went to get... Seymour his eyes back. I'm positive he was dying to make eye contact with his pupils once again. Wait a minute. Oh dear. These are terrible. I'll edit them out later.
Here, mate, let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
And lo, did the number 2 come to random, and lo, it was good. Whoever shut up. And lo, did the number 2 inspire all to praise the Queen for twice as long.
Hey, what happened? I heard a ruckus.
Long story. But I've got your eyes, Seymour.
Oh, my peepers and weepers. Oh, I've missed you so much. Much better. And as for those pips, if you don't mind, it just takes a little precision, the utmost finesse, and... done. Good as new, little buddy. Hey, my pleasure. Thank you for helping me properly see again. Not everyone would have done what you did, and old Seymour here will never forget that. So, what are you gonna do now? I know you'll find her even. You found my eyes, and they're probably way smaller than your sister, right? So, there you have it. Well, I wish you well on your next adventure. And if I could give you some semi-solicited advice? Every roll of the dice matters, but not every roll counts. Isn't it, though? It's so fun. Bye, even. I'll miss you, but I'm sure we'll see each other again in far-off places.
was a long way from home, about to enter the Land of Three. Who knew what adventures awaited her there? The answer is me. I do. I'm the narrator. But for Even and Dicey, the adventure was just beginning. And Even's sister was still out there, somewhere, lost in random.
It's amazing anyone can live inside that chaos. It looks just like I remember. Even. Is that part upside down? What happened here? Home, I guess.
You mustn't ever touch that odd. Ever. Never touch it again. Of course, you could never break anything I've built. Nobody could. But you could inconvenience me. And you never want to do that. Anyway, forget it. Because I have something for you, Odd. Something special. No, you can't have anything. But you can earn it. Go on, try it. I had it made just for you.
Above Even was one of the Queen's royal spiders. The kind that had taken away Odd on that terrifying night. They were the collectors of children who were to become Sixers.
Come on, Dicey! We can't let it get away! Hurry! She's in our sights! Not today, spider monster! You! Oh, wait! Wait! Did you see those robots? What do you mean you've seen bigger?
I always knew I was a Sixer at heart. I knew! I'll do all sorts of important work for the Queen, while Bernard mops the floor.
Hey, where is Bernie?
Bernard is gone!
A Sixer child is missing! I repeat,
Look! It's Bernie! From back home! Of course we should help him! He'll be eaten alive out here!
The spider seemed impossible to get into at the moment. Oh, but perhaps Bernie would know how to get to her sister. Even knew...
Come on! We've got to find him!
Oh, yes. Time was of the essence. I was done anyway. Threedom was a district tearing itself apart in a three-way civil war. A murdered father, three siblings, each suspecting the other of the deed. And a giant battle droid, given to each by the Queen to settle the matter.
Here, mate, let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
Bah! Call me crazy. I've got half a mind to... what was I talking about? Protect the king! Protect the king! He's in danger! We have to... Let none who attack the king... let none of them... where was I?
I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are. This bell belonged to my family, don't you know? It still does, I suppose. It has. I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are. I suppose it is. I don't know any other way to live, you understand. It belonged to the triplets, and before then it belonged to the Lord our King of Threedom, before his murder. Just so. But I'm a distant relative, far enough to stand outside the daily battles and to not choose a side. You know, I have another distant relative, a cousin of mine, that I haven't heard from in some time. Not since this cursed Civil War started. Last I heard, she was in the Duke's garden, playing nobility, eating cakes, I suppose. If I could see her again, I'd tell her that I miss her, that's all. It's silly, but you never think of the people you care about until they're no longer in your life. And it would do my heart good to know that she knows I do miss her. But it's too dangerous for me to go stumbling around the battlefield. Please excuse me.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Greetings. I'm doing a survey for the Upper Class Gazette. Do you have a moment? Splendid, splendid. I have only one question. Who do you think started this war, turning our lord, their father's castle, into a battlefield? Surely you know the story of the three siblings. Oh, what fun. Yes, let's. So, since you're hearing this for the first time, let me tell you about the three siblings involved. There's the paranoid Count up in High Bet Haven to the west. The soft and coddled Duke living in Fogwash Garden to the north. And the duty-bound and tough-as-heck Baroness living out east on Wildcard Hill. Who do you think did it? Who do you think killed their father and started this bloody civil war? A not uncontroversial choice. That's all I need. Thank you for your time.
Protect the king! Protect the king! He's in danger! We have to...
Why'd you ask, stranger? What's your motivation in all of this? Oh, how heartbreaking for you. How tragic, you poor child. Oh, heavens no. That sort of thing wouldn't interest me at all. Good grief, spying on people. I make a point of not remembering anyone I see in public. Privacy is very important to me, you understand. What with that paranoid Count demanding full reports of everything everyone does every day and all. I promise it, stranger.
Find them! Let none who attack the king, let none of them, where was I? Bah! Call me crazy! I've got half a mind what was I talking about? The attack has begun! The king must be saved! What? Identify yourself, stranger! I am Nishka, and I used to protect somebody important, I think. A ruler, maybe? Before the war. Oh, Even, you sweet child. You can't keep clinging to the past. The king's dead and gone now for years, don't you remember? What? How did you know my name? What? I've never seen you before in my life. The king! Protect the king from danger!
Oh boy, I can't wait to get back home. But I can't get back home without knowing the way. Or can I? Oh, hey, mister. Do you know the way to one... oh, wow. You want a hug? Okay. Woo, woo, woo.
Wow, it's pretty cold in here, and dark, too.
Alive? I thought I saw one running around here recently. A young lad, boxy clothing. Can't say I did, unfortunately. But you'd better find him quick, before the Shadow Man does. Everyone knows about the Shadow Man, child. Especially children out all alone.
Kids never run around here unsupervised. That's what the Shadow Man ensures. All I know is that if a kid's missing, the Shadow Man's probably got him. As well they should. You shouldn't be afraid, child.
Leave me alone. I'm busy. Everything's important to someone. If there's a kid running around unattended, the Shadow Man probably has him by now. Oh, you really are in over your head. Oh, you are clever, but I don't know him. Nobody does. If you stay a spell, all Modron Took can tell you about him. The Shadow Man. He was born in the time of the first nightmare, and he lives on to this day. But not like you or I. He lives in the walls of Mulgrew Alley. And he can always see you, but you can only see him when it's dark. Snuff out the lights in Mulgrew Alley, and you'll find him there, waiting. But be warned, child. It may be the last thing you see. If he were merely a ghost, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Goodbye. I do not think we will see each other again.
You want to know about the Shadow? You want to know about the Shadow Man? The Shadow Man comes when night eats day. He'll come and take your child away. And you might cry, and you might pray. But the Shadow Man comes when night eats day. He don't like shine, and he don't like sun. He'll come out the walls when the daylight's done. Snuff out Mullygrow Alley's lights, then you best run, for the last night of the Shadow Man has begun. Sounds to me like you're fixin' to go see him. I wouldn't thank me just yet.
Even suddenly felt like she was being watched. And to tell you the truth, I did too.
Are you the Shadow Man?
Oh, I have many names, little one.
Okay, fair enough. Have you seen a little boy? About yay high?
Let me think. This one?
Oh, wow, even is that you? I'm so glad to see you. Can you believe that I'm stuck?
Let him out!
That may be true, but there is another truth. That if you're not afraid now, you'll soon learn to be. Haven't you heard the bedtime stories? I'm what goes bump in the night. I'm what comes for children when they roam a little too far from home. This is what I do. Or what I used to do anyway. Before this silly war.
He's mine now. I won't be letting him go. I believe you'd call that leverage. You'd think you'd know not to insult someone who's holding all the cards. Or in this case, children. Besides, you don't have what I need. Nothing you have, child. And I suspect nothing you can bring me. That remains to be seen. But perhaps you're right. I want the same thing all of us want here. Peace. I want the Triplets' War to end. I care about being feared. Before this war, I was the most terrifying thing in the world of random. Children would be afraid to whisper my name in case I came for them. And often, I did. But people only truly fear things that move in the dark during peace. During war, they are surrounded by greater threats all day long. And so nobody fears the Shadow Man anymore. Life is the greater horror. And they have overindulged, forgotten me. If you want me to give you Bernard, then I want you to change that. I don't care how. I don't care about anything even, except being feared by everyone again. I've watched you. I know you're a dice wielder. Silence! Don't insult me with your dirty lies. They may work on the living, but you can't deceive the Shadow Man. You alone carry the power to affect the arenas and those giant robots. Figure it out, or you will never see your precious Bernard or any other child I choose to take again. Without peace, there will be no boy, no hope, and you will never see your sister again. For you, there are currently more important questions at stake. Go, even. Bernie's fate rests on your tiny shoulders, and my hunger won't be held at bay forever.
To save Bernard from the wretched Shadow Man, Even had to end Threedom's civil war. It was a hard task, an impossible task, but she wasn't going to let her friend die. The first thing she needed was information. Perhaps some of the locals would be willing to share what they knew.
That poor woman. Complete.
Have you seen Nishka?
The king! We need to! Who goes there?
That poor woman. Completely mad.
You'll never take me alive, you... You, I remember you. We've spoken before, haven't we? No, I don't remember much, and I'm sorry. What did you want? Oh, with the children. The 3 children. Well, something happened. There were sounds from his chambers. Was someone with him? I was his bodyguard, and I ran to look, and he was supposed to be sleeping, but... I'm sorry, It was such a shame, such a... I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Hello? Do I know you? The children of the king! Such beautiful babies. They grew up into such wonderful young men and women. The Duke, the Baroness, and the Count. Such a gift. The entire royal court was so... The court was so... I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't remember. He's paranoid, capricious, and fearful. But his heart's in the right place. He once accused me of trying to assassinate him just because I tried to get him to finish his vegetables. We all had a lovely laugh about it later. Or at least, I think we did. She's tough as nails. Tough as cannons, really. Duty-bound and haughty, but she can back it up. And woe be to those who cross her. She once aimed a cannon at me to stop me from giving her a bath. The only thing that impresses her is war. I wouldn't call him a glutton for life, more of a bon vivant. He loves all the finer things. He's baroque, decadent, you might say spoiled, but I'd say he's really more cultured. He once told me his goal was to eat every animal in the kingdom, all in one single dish. He achieved it a week later, and said the dish was as delicious as it was disappointing. Oh, that's very nice. You're a nice young lady. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that these days I don't remember things as well as I used to. I have moments where I can see things so clearly, and then, poof, but there have been times where an object reminds me of things. Holding an important artifact that reminds me of a person or an event. That could bring it all back. Can you find these objects for me? One for each triplet. That could bring it all back. Oh, and if you could find the murder weapon that killed the king, I could remember that too. I feel certain of it. I'm sorry, find what? What were we talking about? Oh, if only I could remember.
That platform reminds me. I'm supposed to warn travelers about something. I'm supposed to say something very, very important. Oh well, it's probably fine, and we should all stop worrying about it.